Hello, my name is Michaela and welcome to my very first day of classes at the University of Bristol, where I am studying abroad until June. I think I woke up at 6:15 in the morning and I began to get ready. I realized only after the day was over that the skirt I am wearing on the first day of school is the same skirt that I wore on my first day of school last year. Which I don't like to repeat outfits like that, but it happened, so here we are. I had a list made out because I had a lot of things to do in the morning, so as I got ready, I took things off that list, scratched them out, so that way I could be sure I wasn't forgetting anything. This clip, I had to check to see if my eyeliner was even, and it wasn't very perfect, but it was good enough that I thought no one would notice. I then did my hair, and I tried to have these little dangling things on the side of my head. I tried to pin them back at first because I thought it would look nicer, but then they just kept sticking out and coming undone, probably just because I'm not actually very good at using bobby pins for some whatever weird reason. So I just let the tendrils hang down, and then I crossed that off the list. So once my makeup and hair were done, I made my lunch. This is only some of it that I put into this little Tupperware, and it fit very neatly, and I kind of want to film more clips now that I'm looking at this. I kind of like this angle. It looks like I am moving at the pace of a snail right here. Oh my goodness. I folded my blankie, tucked in the blankets as nice as possible. And then I finally opened up my shades. The sun is rising later and later each morning, and it's getting darker when I wake up. But then I finished packing, books, charger, laptop. I also put in my earbuds. And then I had breakfast finally. So I usually do toast. One piece of toast has peanut butter and jam, and the other one I do butter. So I enjoyed that. And then this was the clip that I sent to my mom because she wanted a first day of school picture. So even better, sent her a video, and also just because it was easier. And then I left for school. I'm headed to my first class. There's a cat ahead. I was kind of afraid that he was guarding the steps and that he would attack me. So today's my busiest day. I feel like someone's gonna see me vlogging and I'm really uncomfortable. But yeah, the first one is 9 to 10 a.m. And then I've got an hour break, then 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., then 2-hour break, then 2 to 3 p.m., and then an hour break, and then 4 to 6 p.m. So all in all, it's 5 hours of classes today, which is unusual because I haven't had 5 hours of classes in one day since high school, so this will be interesting. It takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get to campus depending on where I'm going or if I'm speed walking or not. My very first class was at 9 a.m. and it was for stars and planets. It was just a general lecture, so I didn't have to do any active participation. But I went there. I didn't really get any clips in there because it was busy and I kind of got distracted just because it was the first class. Then afterwards, I went to a study space to get some work done in between classes. I didn't really know where I was going. I ended up looping back to a different area to sit. And then I went to my next class. It's interestingly in a computer lab, even though it's a humanities class. It's about London and we're reading a lot of London literature, but research is definitely a heavy part of the class, which is why we were in there. And wow, look at this filming with my finger right in the front. That is very professional of me. So I had my lunch outside because it was nice and warm out, and then I went to a different study space in the chemistry building. So this was a little stall, not a stall, that sounds weird, cubicle that I was working in. And then I went to my next lecture, which was for literature 1740 to 1900. This I want to show just because the streets were so busy coming out of class. You can't even really tell here because it feels like a lot more people when you're actually on the street. But just students were everywhere, and this is the Senate House, which is kind of a miscellaneous building. There's club meetings there, also the Global Opportunities Office. And then I went to the Humanities Complex, which is a bunch of different old houses that are kind of connected, and there's a lot of the literature buildings in these houses. I'm standing outside my next class, waiting for my seminar. It's going to be a 2-hour seminar, and then it's my last thing of the day, and then I can go back to my room and finally relax and warm up, because it's been freezing all day. I don't think the heating is on in any of the buildings yet. I just studied for an hour. I've gotten a lot done today with working on just a personal writing project I've been doing, so that's been good. Okay, Okay, my last class just got out. It is like 5:50 something. All the classes were really interesting. I have a lot of reading ahead of me, so I'm going to get started on that tonight. There's like a 500, so it's either 500 or 700 pages, I don't remember. But I have that to read before next week's class. So I'm gonna get started on that tonight. But when I get back first, I'm gonna have dinner. I'm just realizing more stuff fell off my bulletin board. Stuff fell down last night and I fixed it this morning. Stuff has fallen probably about like 5 or 6 times now, and it took me like a long time to get everything up there, but the tape is just like not sticky enough. So I'm going to have to fix that again, and it's getting very exhausting. Okay, I'm going to clean up from dinner now and wash all my dishes. I would bring my phone in to record and show that process, but I don't have any pockets in my skirt, and my hands are going to be full with all of that. So anyway, I'm going to get that done. So in the meantime, dishes, homework reading, and I might also do some video editing. It will depend on my mood. I did end up doing some reading, and right here I was reading Pamela. It was written in 1740, I believe. I'd have to check on that. But it's basically about this girl who is resisting Mr. B's efforts to court her, let's say. Courting, though, is putting it very politely. If you ever do read this book, just a content warning, there is attempted assault in here. But this girl, she's a servant. She is writing to her parents. It's an epistolary novel, and kind of documenting all of the moves that Mr. B is making on her and her attempts to get away from him, and then their eventual marriage because she realizes that she loves him. I didn't mind reading it. It was just a little bit long, very dry, but the historical content, because it was written so long ago, was very fascinating to read. After I was done reading, I noticed that the desk was very messy. So I cleaned things, took out my spray and paper towels, everything down. It was just feeling a little bit messy in there. And then next, this is shameful, but I have to put it in the vlog because I did do it, and I feel like I've got to be honest here. I did some fun reading of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and I haven't read these books in years, and I used to read them all the time when I was in middle school. And I realized there's about like 5 or 6 books I've never even read that have come out, and I'm so far behind, so I tried to catch up a little bit, and it was great. It made me feel like I was 10 years old again, reading on my bedroom floor during summer vacation. And then after that, I of course had to update my Goodreads. Also, feel free to follow me on Goodreads. The link to my profile is in the caption below. Okay, reading time is over, very sadly, which it was definitely a waste of time because I have other important things I should be reading, but I just finally got my internship onboarding email, and I'm excited to start this, but the onboarding email is very hectic looking. It's a little bit intimidating. Like, I'm getting my own email and everything, and, you know, backgrounds for Zoom and courses I have to take for onboarding, introductions to Slack, like all of those different things. For like kind of being introduced to the company that I'll be working with for the next 11 weeks, 12 weeks. So with this now in mind, I am going to do some work. It's getting on 9:30 p.m. and I kind of want to just like keep reading for fun for the rest of the night, but now I'm feeling slightly stressed. So I am going to get started on that, but I think this is where the vlog is going to end off because watching me do that kind of work is not going to be very interesting. I hope that you enjoyed watching my first day of classes at the University of Bristol. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your week.